Really quick, are you team street tacos or team danger dogs?
Street tacos.
That's right.
There we go.
More than
Cruz Show.
All day, all day. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is on the Cruz Show. Here we go. Yeah.
Hey.
How are you?
I am doing fine, and thank you for having me on the show.
Stop it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your time. We thank you for what you're doing for Los Angeles and the care that you have had for this city since day one. Let's be honest.
Thank you. Born and raised Angelino.
That's right.
You'll have to see it.
We were talking about your extensive medical work, right? Very early on in your life. And I told Jackie that you were a nurse in Boyle Heights, and she seems to think that you helped deliver her. She's from East LA.
Could be. I was at White Memorial.
Wait, that's actually where I was born.
Oh!
Congratulations.
Yeah, like now, full circle moment.
Full circle moment.
That's right.
Do you remember little Jackie or no? It's been a
You
long
know
time.
what I did? Were you premature?
No, I wasn't. No,
I
but my
worked
brother
in-
was.
You was?
Yeah, and my brother was also
Maybe
born
I knew
at-
him because I worked in the premature nursery.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Neonatal
Wow,
ICU. And then I also worked at Children's Hospital, and I worked at Big County.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Now my brother gets to brag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him.
Jacob, your nurse is here. That's beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. You've been serving Los Angeles.
Yeah.
With such strength and heart. And again, we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You were very welcome.
Why the Cruz Show? Why Real 92.3 and why today?
Well, you know what? It's just, I want every opportunity to communicate with Angelinos. There's so many ways to reach people. And, because there's so much information out there, there's a lot of crap out there. And I
Say
want to
it.
be able to say what is going on and what isn't. And we got lots of challenges. But we have an exciting 2 weeks coming up, right? Because we're going to win that World Series.
Come on.
Amen.
Let's go. Let's
I'm
go.
looking forward to another, party and parade. We had over 200,000 people. Everybody was peaceful, having a good
That's
time
right.
last year.
I'll tell you right now, the city is ready for another parade.
Exactly.
We are
sure.
fully ready to go. What's up, Les?
And who is on your Dodgers Mount Rushmore?
Oh, Mookie, how about that?
Yeah.
There we
okay.
go.
And
Valenzuela,
Shania,
okay, keep going.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Do you know I had the honor of meeting him a couple of times?
Wow.
And I met his whole family. I had Fernando Valenzuela's whole family in my office. It was such an honor.
And he has a big family.
Yeah.
He has a big family.
You sure he had
not
you
all
had-
of them.
Yeah. His whole he's Mexican, so.
A few members of his family.
That's awesome.
So Mookie for sure, Valenzuela for sure, right? I mean, there's so many.
Shanghai.
Dodgers.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Shohei. Of course, right? Legendary.
Exactly.
We're going up against Canada.
Right,
Here
exactly.
we
Yes,
go.
that makes it even better.
Some say it's Drake and Kendrick all over.
Oh,
It's round 3.
oh,
No, that worked out for Canada.
yeah.
Mayor Karen Bass is here, everybody. It's the Cruz Show, Real 92.3. Now, there's a lot of questions we need to ask, right, that we have to get off. But really quick, are you team street tacos or team danger dogs?
Street tacos.
That's right.
There we go.
More than danger
All
dog.
day, all day. Not just because we're Mexican. Both is a valid answer, too. We're all both in here.
Yeah, no, street tacos.
That's right. What's up, Jack?
I want to talk to you, Mayor, about, obviously there's so much going on in the city with the ICE raids and how people want to organize and protest and peacefully rally. Right. What do you recommend for people who want to do that and can probably work with local officials or their local police departments to ensure that, hey, we're here and we're just going to do this peacefully?
Well, I think, first of all, the protests are really, really important. Because just think about it. If there wasn't protests, that would mean we're okay with this. And we're not okay with this.
Right.
But it's also critical that they be peaceful because, frankly, the administration would love for them not to be peaceful. And then we get the National Guard, then we get the Marines, and we don't want that to happen. That would be giving them a gift. We don't want to give them that gift. So I think we can look back in our history, and a lot of change has happened through nonviolent protests. Even sometimes when people do civil disobedience, it's organized, it's planned, it's a statement that's made. Sometimes people get arrested, but it is not a riot. It is not vandalism.
Right.
It is a political statement that is made, like you said, in cooperation.
Yeah.
And but I understand that people get out there and they get mad and they want to confront. But I just hope that they're careful, because all that's going to do is bring on more repression. The other thing that I worry about is that, especially with younger people, they get arrested. And yeah, they might get off, but they're looking to bring federal charges against people. And then if you have a federal charge, how much money is that going to cost your family? What of disruption to your life? And you might wind up going to prison. And for what? You've played completely into their hands. Right. So we have to stay focused on what the mission is, and that's supporting our immigrant population, because Los Angeles is an immigrant community. And if you want to fight for immigrants, you don't go getting yourself in jail.
Exactly.
50% Latino.
That's right.
So 50% of people
Latino.
are suspects?
Yes, that's right. That is correct.
That
and the
is
Supreme
insane.
Court basically gave a green light to that. But the Supreme Court has made awful decisions over the years, but through organizing and resistance, those decisions have been changed.
I also appreciate that you are unmasking this ICE gang.
Yeah.
So they're held accountable
Yes, exactly.
for who they are and what they do.
I just think what has happened, it has just made me so angry, and I have to control my anger too, because it is so hurtful. I mean, I've talked to families and been to restaurants, and, people afraid to go to school. What I was so mad about when it first started was it was right around graduation time.
Yeah.
And people
Very
felt
special
like
time.
they couldn't go. Milestone in a family's
memories.
life. And you can't go right before Father's Day. And how does a mom explain to a 6-year-old that she doesn't even know where daddy is, if he's coming home?
Dad's missing.
It was just so cruel.
Yeah, it really was. What was really cool is watching you pull up to MacArthur Park and hold the city down.
That was one of those days I was really busy.
Is that right? Talk about it.
Yeah, I just was furious because there had been rumors that the military was going to invade MacArthur Park. And I was really hopeful that it was just rumors. But then when I heard it was happening, because I was actually supposed to be on the other side of town at another press conference. And I was like, oh no, I have to go. I have to go see what is happening down here. And then the guy that was in charge, I had been talking to him. So that's why I got out of the car, because I wanted to see if he was there and to tell him that this was crazy. But I was so offended because there were kids in that park, and they had to grab the kids. They were in a summer camp. They had to grab the kids, take the kids downstairs so that the kids didn't see. And after the confrontation happened, I went downstairs and I talked to the kids, and they still didn't know what had actually happened. And this 8-year-old came up to me and he said, "I don't like that guy." And he was talking about Trump. Swear to God, 8 years old. And he said, and he said, because he brings ice. And I just thought about it. It made me sad, because that 8-year-old should have been talking to me about Pokemon cards.
Right.
Not ice.
I mean, I would.
But
I would definitely talk to you about
This is
Pokemon
Nico
cards.
Bliss, the Pokemon guy.
And I'm 32.
How hard is it for you to keep your frustration and your anger and not let it show? I mean, I feel like now politicians very much are, they say whatever they want, but you somehow try and keep your composure.
Yeah, I do, because, sometimes folks of color can't really do some of those things. you
Right.
know what I mean?
Okay.
Otherwise, you the angry black woman.
No, that's right. Of course. You're
But-
a dangerous Mexican, right?
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Exactly. But I am human. And to see such an extreme injustice as this, now it's been happening for months and months. And my greatest fear now is that people are going to normalize it and not be as outraged as they were in June. But,
Desensitized, right?
yeah, so and I'm in so many different rooms. So when I'm in a room with the people, I can be, myself. But sometimes, I do have to contain myself. And it's difficult. But the way I do it is I always keep my eyes on the prize. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And that will allow me to change my behavior.
I will say the F word is fun to say.
I know it is. And I say it.
And you say it, that's right.
Yeah.
Say it again. Mayor Bass, what does the legacy of Nipsey Hussle mean to you in the city?
Yeah, you know what? I actually never had the opportunity to meet Nipsey, but
we did. We're
absolutely
very grateful for
knew
that.
of his work. And to me, and it's an issue I've been involved in for many, many, many years, which is second chances. and somebody who might have been on the wrong side of the community and the law who can turn themselves around. And as he gained more and more fame, he gave back more and more to the community. He continues to give back to the community. You know, when he was killed, I honored him I was in Congress at the time. I honored him on the floor of Congress. And now I'm working with his brother at Marathon Burgers.
Yeah, shout
and
to Black
so,
Sam.
yeah, they've had, you know, some
Good people.
issues, and I've tried to go up there and help them, you know, with their issues. And as a matter of fact, you know what they're doing this Saturday? If you have little ones, we're having a big Halloween event at the residence. You know, the mayor has a residence in L.A. and a couple of other cities. We're going to have about 500-600 kids there.
Wow.
And Marathon is providing all of the burgers.
Of course
wow,
they
that's
are.
awesome.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
They told us personally. They said, yo, Mayor Bass held us down. Got the cops off of us, you know? They run a legitimate business, right? They shouldn't be bothered
Sometimes
or
it's
targeted.
important for me to show up and visit. You know, this morning I was at a hospital actually because a young man I worked with, he was a former foster youth. And he's not, you know, he's in his mid-30s now. We got him straight, graduated college, going to graduate school, and was in the wrong place, wrong time, and got shot. So young black man, gunshot wound. I know how he's going to be treated in the hospital. So sometimes it's helpful for me just to show up
That's right.
and visit.
No. Your
And then
presence
it's like,
is the
oh,
present.
oh,
Oh, yeah. People straighten up real
why
quick.
is she here?
Nah, that's right. I need you to follow me, too. I need you to go somewhere with me today at 3. My son's school is
I
acting
said,
different.
yeah. I said,
show
because he's one of my sons, so treat him well.
Oh, that's great.
wow.
And how long do you plan on being mayor?
Well, I hope to have another term, which is 4 more years. And then after that, it's called retirement. And you know what I want to spend my life doing? I want to spend my life working with the next generation of young people who want to run for office or be community leaders. That's work I've done over the years that I've gotten the most reward from.
Oh, wow.
Watching people take over. So I'll be like, you know, sipping my little drink on an island somewhere and, and offering advice.
You don't want to start a podcast?
We need that. You know, Mayor
I'll come back to this one.
That's right.
There we go.
That's right. Pull up.
You know, Mayor Bass, also within the next 4 years, LA is going to be having the Olympics. Do you think that the city is prepared for that?
And the World Cup.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're a few months away from the World Cup. What, 8 months or so?
Wow.
And that, by the way, is bigger in some senses, you know, in terms of the audience. It's the first time the World Cup will be Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. And so we plan to have watch parties all over the city because for me, my dream is that when these events are over, people around the world will understand that L.A. is more than Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and the beaches, but will understand that L.A. is Watts and East L.A. and the San Fernando Valley and Pico Union and West L.A., all of our city. I want to celebrate it. So, yes, we will be ready and getting ready now in terms of the city, even though the World Cup, you know, the games are played in Inglewood, but people will be dispersed, you know, throughout the city.
That's awesome.
Love
That's
that.
right. This is Elias. You hired his mom, so thank you very much.
I did?
You did.
Yeah.
She worked about like a month ago at the Getty House.
Oh.
The events that you had.
Oh.
To assist one of your persons there. So
Oh,
I first
nice.
want to say thank you.
Oh, tell her to come back.
She says hi. She's recovering from a surgery, but she'll be ready in a few weeks. So.
Oh, good.
This was actually recent.
We'll
She
have
had,
to have her come back. She
yeah.
okay?
She's good. She just had a little minor surgery, but
Oh,
you
okay.
know, but she's doing better. And I told her like,
Good.
she's gonna be in the Cruz Show. She's gonna say hi.
So we see it as a personal favor. If you continue hiring, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, I
nice.
consider the Getty House the people's house.
That's right. No, that's right. That's right. She had
We have a
trouble,
lot of events.
She had trouble creating an invoice, but he helped her out with it.
Oh, did you?
He's a good son. He's a good American, right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, with your safety at risk because of your public duty, and you know your home was broken into, you always say you have security, and they don't play when it comes to you, which is beautiful
That's
to
right.
see. How do you deal with that mentally?
Well, you know, I mean, it's not the first time because I've always been a fighter. I've always been in community activism. I've experienced those threats before. What's different now is that I do have protection. But I got to tell you something, because this really made me mad. The day after the break-in my house, I did a press conference because I was doing the city budget. And this one reporter said, Mayor, this is the second time your house has been broken into. I'm like, and? And then another reporter off the record said, can the mayor make a public statement that she doesn't know the guy that broke in her house?
Excuse me. Why?
Why would I know?
Yeah.
So my
Why would they
house was
assume
broken
that?
into and I'm the suspect.
That's wild.
No, we're not having that.
That's actually insane.
That's you got to use the F word right there. 100%.
They figured they was looking for my cousin Pookie.
That's right. Yo, they playing with
Sure
her.
it wasn't
You got a cousin
Pookie?
Pookie too? Hey, Mayor, my son is a first-time voter coming up here in
Oh.
November.
That's right. That's right.
There's a lot of important stuff on the ballot. Obviously, Prop 50 is going to be one of the big ones. But
Yep.
any advice for people his age, that are 18, 19, first-time voters voting in this election coming up?
Yes, and this is a tough one for somebody voting the first time because it's a little abstract. But the bottom line is that what's happening in our country right now with these raids is because there is no check on the administration. Because they are in charge, the Republicans are in charge of everything. They're in charge of the Senate, the House, and the White House. We have to get the House back so there will be some check and balance on the White House. That's why Prop 50 is so important, because it will allow us to have more seats in the House of Representatives so we could be in the majority and there can be some check. Because right now, did you see he's tearing down the White House?
I saw
He's
that. We
tearing
just
down
talked about that yesterday.
about to turn it into Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Ballroom.
Too.
Some kind of ballroom for a man with no balls. That's crazy.
That part,
Hey, that's all right. We're talking about the F word, guys. It's fine. Everyone relax.
I mean, there needs to be some checks and balances, and right now they don't exist. The Supreme Court used to be a check and balance, and the Supreme Court now basically does, whatever he wants. That's the reason why Prop 50 is so important. But if your son is interested in being active, now, when I ran the first time, we had a really strong Youth for Bass part. And they organized their own activities. Toward the end, we had a double-decker bus. We had like salsa music on top of the bus, and everybody was dancing and having a good time as they went all around the city campaigning. And the youth did that. They were high school and college age.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, listen,
Yeah.
we're both DJs, so if you need a DJ on
Oh,
the bus,
good.
let us know.
Good.
Pull up.
They got you.
But also to clarify on Prop 50, what is it that they need to vote?
Oh, yes, they need to vote yes.
Got it.
Yes, yes,
Happy
yes
to know
on
I mailed
50.
in my ballot yesterday.
That's right.
Good.
That's right. That's
Good,
right.
good, good. Well, there's just so many ways and so many things that people can be active in now. And I think that's so important because for young people, you get on social media, you can feel just overwhelmed. Things are hopeless. And so what I have found as a solution to that is getting people involved in concrete activities. So
That's
the
what it's
young
about.
woman who was in charge of Youth for Bass, her name is Sade, and she is now a member of the California State Assembly.
Okay now.
Love that.
Okay now.
That's what I like.
That's
That's what I
amazing.
like.
That's
Yep.
that work, right? That's
Yep.
getting it done.
Yep.
And showing up. We had Miguel. He's an artist from San Pedro and Inglewood, right? American citizen. He left a message for you.
Oh.
We'd like to play it for you.
Oh, sure.
Is that okay?
He's
Sure.
African American and Mexican, so he embodies this.
Oh, like my daughter was. She called herself a Blaxican.
That's
He's
actually
Blaxican. Yes. Mayor Karen Bass on with us tomorrow, man.
That's
What
dope.
would you say to her?
Man, you know what? She stood up on the behalf of and in terms of like these ICE raids, she's been really vocal. I just want to say thank
She
you.
pulled up to MacArthur Park, bro.
Listen, that's the kind of seeing our representatives do what we're hoping that they do on our behalf is one of those things at this point, unfortunately, we can't expect all the time because we see a lot of politicians and these representatives flip-flop. But it is like, and I'm sure a lot of people will have other things to say, but on in terms of just seeing that, we appreciate that. We love that.
just showing up is
and
what
just
we do.
showing up.
Showing up.
Man,
We
thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Showing up and showing out.
So yeah, that's right.
Yo.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Ms. Bass.
That's very nice.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Like they dated before.
Hey, thank you. What do I say? What are you supposed to say? Like,
Thank you, Mayor Bass.
thank you, Mayor Bass. That's the right. Thank you very much for that. We're gonna chop that. We're not gonna. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Fine.
It's the first time and only time we'll thank a Karen.
They told me when I started to run, they said, you need to change your name.
Did they really? You're like, no, I'm not doing that.
So you know what I did? Because there was a number of us black girls who were all named Karen. They said, well, we got to do something together. It's like, there are good Karens out here.
They are good.
That's right. And man, she's sitting right in front of us. That's right. Do you enjoy hip hop music?
I do, but I'm still more traditional. Still like Motown and
That's right.
Stevie and yeah.
Love that.
So
You also
I
enjoy
like it all.
mariachi music?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. That's what I heard. Little
Mariachi
known
music
fact.
and salsa. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We want to thank you for your time.
Yeah.
We
Well,
appreciate
thank you
this.
for
This has
having
been
me
fun.
on, and I hope you invite me back.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Always open.
Doors always
Okay.
Come back
open.
tomorrow. We'll be here.
Friday off.
Yeah.
No.
If you ever want to cover for me, listen. Open invitation. You can make that happen.
Thank you. No, this is fun. I enjoy this.
Guys, listen. Did we get everything? Did we have everything?
Absolutely.
Yep.
This is awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your time. Mayor Karen Bass, Real 92.3. It's the Cruz Show.